Self-COVID testing. This is a great question, or certainly a great inquiry regarding why we aren't doing the testing, or we're letting you do the testing at home. We gave it a lot of consideration and we took a lot of counsel from other right at home offices. What they were finding is that by sending 4 weeks worth of testing out to people's homes, is that sadly they weren't being done on time. The reporting back to the offices was also not being done on time, or not done at all. Our primary concern is your health and safety. It's something that we have to protect to the utmost. So we felt that by bringing it in-house and doing it regularly on a Thursday, it would give us an opportunity to make sure that we had almost 100% completion of tests. That way, we get the results back quickly. That way, if there is an issue, we can respond quickly. And not only are we protecting you as our carer, but we're also protecting the client and making sure that that vulnerable person is less likely to catch COVID. You may be aware that we've had very, very few cases of carers that have contracted COVID. And we've also had no cases of clients contracting COVID in their own home. I would like to think that the process that we have in some way plays into that. By the way, as things change in the future, we would hope that testing becomes a thing of the past and that you don't need to come in the future. But thank you all so much for your commitment during this very difficult time. Being valued more. Like most questions, this is another great question, or another great statement. Sad that this person who's written this, or maybe people, doesn't feel that they're valued. You know, we really appreciate so much everything that you do, and that everyone goes the extra mile. That's what we're about, because we are a home care business, we're a people business, and we want to, wherever possible, bust a gut to look after our clients. We do try our best to communicate through the notice board, through the newsletter, through personal communications, through training, how much we feel you are valued as an employee workforce. We are going to make a couple of changes that hopefully will mean that we can recognise those extra efforts and also help when things are difficult. I've mentioned already about having a health and wellbeing champion. We're also going to implement a suggestion box, and through continued use of the notice board and the newsletter, we'll make sure that we communicate all our wins, all the great stuff that we do, and all the great stuff that you do, okay? And also, as we unlock from COVID, we'd like to make sure that we have a regular monthly meeting, okay? What I will say is that if you feel you aren't being valued properly, please email me, or speak to Stacey, or speak to one of the other team members. I do appreciate that sometimes that is difficult, and people sometimes don't feel that they want to be looking out for a thank you or a reward. But unless I know what you feel that reward needs to look like, if we're getting it wrong, I can't give the reward. And hopefully you will understand from what you know about myself and about the team, is that we do want to reward people because we do understand it's such a difficult job. So yes, they're the actions we're going to take. But again, if you feel there's anything that I missed, please contact me. Thank you. Management to answer emails. Okay, well, I hope that I answer all of my emails. Of course, there's more than just me and the management team. If this is referenced via holidays, which I think perhaps it might be, because you have to go via the registered manager at present, okay? And Stacey's a very busy lady and also has lots of emails. And yes, she's human and may miss things. So what we're trying to do is change that process. Realistic timeline at the moment, I was hoping we could start in July, but we perhaps won't hit that. So I'd probably go for the 1st of August. Okay, but we're going to change to a paper-based system where you will need to bring in your holiday request or requests. It can be authorised by the care coordinator, Sarah, and by Amy, the care manager. if it's a standard holiday request. If for some reason it is a more peculiar request or very short notice, or it will need further approval under those circumstances, then that will go to Stacey. Okay. As far as other emails are concerned, again, as I extended everything that we do, if you feel that people aren't responding to you and you're not being listened to, and that represents an email, then I would encourage you to reach out to me. Thankfully, my email traffic's reasonably small in comparison to others, and I am more than happy to respond if I feel it's appropriate. But thank you again. Better development. Okay, so I suppose I'm a bit surprised at this. Thought that we were really big on developing people. However, perhaps sometimes it's how people find where they can actually access information to understand how they can get additional input, additional training. So to make it really clear, okay, My Learning Cloud, which is something that we hook you up onto when you start with the business. That's where you get e-learnings. There's also other opportunities to do different courses on there. So very much digital learning space. Okay. We do have access to health and social care diplomas. Again, Stacey is able to access those. You can go level 2, level 3 and move up the ranks in terms of having access to higher levels of input on health and social care. We get those all of the time. Okay. We also have on the job specific training, which is catheter care, stoma training, bed sore understanding through a training called React to Red. We do first aid, there's dementia care. Okay. And all of these can be found via the notice board, via the newsletter, or simply logging into MLC. As I state in your induction, if there is something that you think you're missing or something that you would like to have some additional input on, please come back to myself or Stacey or Amy or Sarah, okay? We are keen to make sure that you've got as much knowledge as possible to make you as good at the job as possible, and in the future, potentially lead to any additional opportunities that we might have in the business. So you heard it from me. Development is really, really important. And if you feel you're not getting it again, please just reach out to us. Okay, thank you.